Okay, so we are now on to an informal panel to discuss the importance of a Cornish Parliament. And we're keen to hear some words from people on the ground. But I just wanted to start off by saying I think this is one of the elements that makes Mebyon Kernow different, that we, from top to bottom, from front to centre, are saying that if we want to change Cornwall, we need to change the politics of Cornwall. And we need a democracy, a genuine democracy that is rooted in our communities. And if you look at the achievements of the Scottish Parliament and you look at the achievements of the Welsh Assembly, 300% council tax on second homes, which is starting to make a difference with their housing market in the tourist areas, then we do need and deserve devolution. And this isn't just about, tokenistic powers to a mayor. It certainly isn't about tokenistic powers to a mayor for Cornwall, one person. It's about a fundamental reformulation of Cornish politics, with democracy at the absolute heart and with a proper devolved parliament. So the great nation of Cornwall, as Dick says, the historic nation, but the modern nation of Cornwall can have its own political institutions once again too. So I'd urge all of us to join in that campaign. It really starts now. Change is coming. You look at this broken political system. You look at this broken Tory government. We are looking forward to change, and we need to make sure that those arguments for a Cornish Parliament are right at the heart as well. And I'm now going to hand over to Loveday.
Thanks, Michael. I think I'm here as the old fogey because I've been around a long time in Cornish politics. I wasn't here when Mebyon Kernow was set up in 1951, but only a few years later my parents were both founder members. And I think one of the things that Mebyon Kernow has consistently had as a golden thread running through what it's been doing is the right of the Cornish people to decide what's best in Cornwall. The people of Cornwall have that right, and nobody can take that away from us. No matter how many weasel words come out of Westminster, no matter how many times we're told by someone else that we should know better, we know that we have the right to exist. And it's great to see the Welsh devolution song Yma Hyd spreading through the world. We're still here. Well, we're still here in Cornwall. Devolution's on the front of the new book. So we're still here in Cornwall, and we're still saying that the people of Cornwall have the right to decide what happens in Cornwall. It's not about just a talking shop, and I think this is partly why we sort of discussed changing the wording. Cllr Kernow is what we've always said. Cllr is a statutory body, a parliament by any other word. So changing the word to parliament means it's not just a talking shop. There's lots of assemblies, and the People's Assembly and various assemblies that are out there are really important. But this is about having our statutory right to a statutory entity that is a parliament. What we do with that is up to us all to discuss in whatever form we need to discuss it. But we need to have that infrastructure in place. And that infrastructure is not just something that can be passed over and ignored, which what tends to happen with the devolution that comes down, as Dick said, from central government. It's not devolution, it's not power. It's about, you can have something, to keep you quiet. Something to keep you quiet, but we can also take it away again. This is about changing the legal status of Cornwall to what we know it should be. And as part of that, we need to give people a vision of how Cornwall can be. And that vision is what's in this document. The vision of how to do things differently in a way that supports the people of Cornwall and supports the identity of Cornwall and doesn't just take it from central government. And as Michael says, we can't afford to just take it from central government. We've got to do things differently. We've got an emergency, we've got a climate emergency, we've got an ecological emergency, we've got a food emergency. You know, we are in crisis, and we need to ensure that the Cornwall that we have in the future is sustainable and supportive and beneficial for the world, as we have been in the past, not just for Cornwall. So I commend the document to you, and we'll pass over to anyone else to make their points of view. You?
Thank you very much.